So she had just sat down. That's our first bit of information. One of them asks, what is her velocity? What you got? 0. I tried to edit it so that it was messed up at first, but I tried it had said it had to be greater than 0, so somebody messaged me and said I can't enter it. So I fixed it. So that's one of the things that you'll write down when we do math problems like this, which we're going to do more than just math problems, but you'll have to read carefully like this. It'll say it started from rest, and it won't say that its speed was 0 meters per second, but you'll have to interpret that. And that's why I put this in here, because this is like what we'll do. So she just sat down. Okay, her velocity was 0. Party with 40 people attending. It's going to ask about that probably, I don't know. Party was in a house, not a party bus or anything. I just added that to try to give people more hints about the velocity, because that's always hard for everybody, because it doesn't say it, but it does. There were snacks there. The question asked if there were snacks there. She'd eaten a regular sized meal 1.5 hours ago. The party had begun at 8 and it's 9:15 now. So let's see here. When had the party begun? No, I'm editing it. Can I preview it? Yeah. All right. When had the party begun? Please answer with a single number. What did it say? 8? The party had begun at 8. All right. So 8. What if I put 7? Is it going to tell me something weird? See, I put this message in there, so you can look up there and be like, it says the party has begun at blank. Oh, the party has begun at 8. Great. Okay. That's what I'm talking about with those messages. It'll tell you when you get it wrong. If it gives you a message like that, that means you should go check it and read what I put, because aha. So it says, what time is it now? And the question in real life, express it as a decimal. So like 1:30 would be 1.5. So it said it's 9:15 now. So if that's not 9.5, I give you a hint. 9:15 is 9:15. So that would be 9.25, which is a weird way. We're not gonna express. Well, I mean, we will express hours like that if it's, if we were at the 8-hour mark and then we're at the 9.25 hour mark, we can subtract them and okay, it took 1.25 hours. So we might do stuff like that. How many people did she know? Oh, there's 40 people attending. See, some of the questions will have extra information in them. There's 2 things. 40 people attending. She thought there would be 10 people there, she knew, but there was only 1. So you have to read it carefully. She knew 1 of them. We already said her velocity was 0. If the hint that I gave y'all, I probably messed that up when I fixed the greater than 0 thing. There were snacks. It had been 1.5 hours. And now we have to fix it up. Dang. So this looks crazy, but what is V? 0. Yeah, and it tells you V is velocity. And all this long list, if you would rather use the Word document to see which variable is which, the Word document presents it in a more clear way. So, yeah, I said that. So, these Google Forms won't let me press enter in the question, so I can't even put V is velocity, HF is the current time on separate rows. So they're all next to each other and it looks weird, but it's the best I can do. So if velocity is 0 there, like I'm just going to type this out right here so that we can. It will require that y'all show your work, so don't try to skip steps and not show your work, just buy it. I'm pointing to the screen. So the velocity is 0, 0, and there's a bunch of things inside the parentheses there, but we don't care what they are because any of that, if we're dividing 0 divided by that, and 0 divided by whatever number that is going to be 0. So let's forget about all of that. And that's going to happen in our physics problems. There will be whole parts of things that we won't need to worry about because did anybody do this whole formula and get a good answer for it? 1.25 is what you should get. Let's see if I can do it real quick, even though we're about out of time. S next to M, so S, there were snacks, so S is 1. M is the number of hours since you ate a meal, so that's 1.5. Okay, 1 times 1.5 is just 1.5. Right? So instead of saying 1 times 1.5 right here, I'm just going to say 1.5. And 0 plus 1.5 is just 1.5. So we can simplify that. P is the number of people she knows, which is 1. 1.5 plus 1 is 2.5. And 2.5 minus HF minus HI. HF is the current time, which is 9.25. No, yes. Oh, I'm not doing parentheses. HI is the original time, which was 8. 9.25 minus 8 is 1.25, right? You sure? 8 plus 1.25 is 9.25. So 1.25. And 2.5 minus 1.25 should be 1.25. I think yeah, I gave you the answer for that because it is a little bit of a weird thing to do. So see how this is your hint for if you get it wrong, this is what it tells you. It's like, here's the answer. It's time to do our closing activity.